The Completionist is in huge trouble. By Carl Jobs, we're going to be reacting to this today. And everybody who watched the no reaction to this video and expected a reaction, I'm glad you could read. I know reading is hard, but I mean, not everybody can do it. That's why it's a skill. But otherwise, let's go ahead and jump into this. I'm excited to react to this.
Hello, you absolute legends. Can you believe it? It's already been more than a year since the Completionist and his family's decade-long charity scam was exposed last November.
God, it's already been a year? That's crazy. What? It's been a year. Has he even uploaded? I guess
those who need a quick refresher, between the years of 2014 and 2023, Gerard and his charity, the Open Hand Foundation, took in around $1 million of donations. Money that they said was going to various charities focusing on dementia research. But over that entire time, the truth was that they hadn't donated a single penny.
Which I'm surprised that, it took this long for somebody to notice that. I figured that, I'm sure he was like the good guy, kind of like how Boogie was, where he was like the good guy of YouTube, and people just kind of assumed that he was doing the right thing. Nobody really looked into it. So it's pretty crazy it took that long, but good on them.
Had kept everything. It was only after Mudahar and myself made our videos about the situation that the Open Hand Foundation finally donated some of the money, donating $600,000 to the AFTD.
So they got $1 million in donations. So $400,000 is still not accounted for with the donations, or all right,
the Completionist public image was pretty much destroyed, and deservedly so. He had been lying for years, and after—
which is so sad. I watched him, when Greg was still a part of the videos. My favorite one was the Castlevania one that they did together. Man, I don't know if anybody remembers that time period, when Cat Icarus was still doing, what's the video or the series called? It was Caddy's retrospective. I think he was part of the Jaws video. And that's how I found him, and God, it's crazy.
After he was exposed, he took no accountability whatsoever. He made up excuses, made up lies, and more than anything was just angry at us for making the public aware of what he was doing. And it didn't take long for the Completionist to return to YouTube and continue making content. After his terrible response video, he just moved on and acted as if this entire charity scandal never happened. And his family moved on and didn't care whatsoever either. They even held—
I mean, at the end of the day, why would they care? They didn't get exposed. I mean, their event got exposed, but just pretend it didn't happen and people will forget, right? People forgot about— I probably shouldn't say that this early into the video. They forget about the No Alive Forest that Logan Paul did. They forgot about CryptoZoo. They forgot about— I'm sure they're already forgetting about Feastables. What else did they forget about? I mean, most people probably forgot about the Completionist altogether after this happened, and people don't care. People just want to see what's current, and just pretend nothing happened, and you don't have to worry about it.
Another golf charity event several months later. This was immediately after it was already proven that for years the golf charity money had never even made it to the Open Hand Foundation.
Well, here's the thing, is that all the people who go to these things they have a lot of money. They just want some good publicity. They probably don't go on YouTube because they're too busy managing their portfolio on the stock market, or their— God, I don't even know what. But why would they care? I mean, they probably don't even know about it.
The family was keeping everything.
I mean, does that look fun?
Never even made it to the Open Hand Foundation. The family—
does this look like a group of people that give a shit about what people think about their charity event? I mean, I don't think so.
Was keeping everything. But then, around 4 months ago, the Completionist disappeared. And there might be a good reason for this. The Completionist production company, That One Video Entertainment LLC, is in huge trouble. I've never spoken about this.
Has anybody actually, gotten anything successful done on. That's Indeed. No, that's not Indeed. That's what's it called? Not Indeed. LinkedIn. I mean, LinkedIn is just like a circle jerk of companies. It's like, oh man, I'm glad you posted about your diversity event that you did last week that has 10 likes on LinkedIn, but you didn't even post about it on Facebook.
Video Entertainment LLC is in huge trouble. I've never spoken about this, but for the past 2 years, the Completionist company has been engaged in a frivolous lawsuit against the biggest GTA Online roleplay server, NoPixel.
So they were going to sue Carl and Mudahar and sue GTARP. Man, I mean, God, somebody called Billy Mitchell. They're starting to get him a run for his money with these lawsuits.
Basically trying to extort them for half of their company, and in October, they lost. And now Gerard's company may have to pay back hundreds of thousands of dollars in attorney's fees. And the cherry on top of all of this is that it appears as though the Open Hand Foundation might now be under investigation by the IRS. A lot's been happening, and in today's video, we will take a quick look. I really hope you enjoy.
Imagine being the IRS and not, getting that free throw, that 3-point, from something so obvious that you would probably get like a stripe for investigating. Like, if they didn't investigate them, I'd be questioning the IRS on their ability to get 3 points there.
Now legends, a huge shout out to today's sponsor, Watcher of Realms. Watcher of Realms is a really fun fantasy RPG that I've played a ton of over the past year. It combines classic fantasy RPG elements with tower defense, which are two of my favorite genres. I love the real-time strategic element that tower defense brings. It makes the gameplay so much more interesting. The graphics are incredible, and there are over 200 unique heroes to collect and develop. And Watcher of Realms is celebrating Christmas time with a brand new limited hero, Sun Wukong. He brings the Christmas cheer with a festive new skin and an awesome event featuring strategic stages, challenging minigames, and a beautiful Chinese-inspired map. 'Tis the season for exciting events where you can win 74 free summons, tons of valuable items, and the new legendary hero Callista with her exclusive artifact, along with the powerful mage Alira in her sexy Christmas battlesuit. There are so many amazing gifts to unlock during these Christmas celebrations.
Just what I wanted.
To receive them all, simply log in daily and participate in all of the festivities. Watcher of Realms has a great selection of game modes including the campaign, arena, guild boss, and intense guild v guild battles. And honestly, it's the perfect time to start playing. To download or play Watcher of Realms, just click the link in the description or scan the QR code on screen. It's available for free on PC, Android, and iOS.
On PC too.
Before we start today's video, I want to recognize that I know that I have lost a lot of your trust at home. And
I think you lost pretty much all of it, actually.
As it will take to rebuild and re-earn your trust. It's going to take time, but I'm willing to put in the commitment, and I hope you give me...
So what he should have done here is not make a response video. Should have just continued doing what he was doing, and that was it. Because people are going to forget really fast. He should have just acted like it never happened. It's easy that way.
This is what Gerard said back in January when he returned to YouTube less than 2 months after his charity scam was exposed. I have no idea what he meant when he said that he wanted to re-earn your trust, because after this statement, he continued to pretend that nothing ever happened and he never...
See, he should have just pretended nothing happened and didn't make a video, because at the end of the day, him making a video on it brought everybody's attention to it who didn't know about it. And now it's pretty much too late. The ship has already sailed.
Spoke of it again. For the next 8 months, Gerard would continue to post videos to his channel, hoping to resuscitate his brand.
To be fair, hold on. Let me go to... Alright, so we're looking at his channel. Look at this. Where was before all it happened? It happened like a year ago? Let's see... Yeah, imagine if he just didn't do a response video. He brought 1 million eyes to that response video. Even after it, people acted like they didn't really give a shit anyway. These views are pretty much the same as it was before. And then he started to lose some views. So, like, he should have just said nothing. I mean, the Lego Skywalker. I mean, probably. I mean, look at this. Top 10 PSP games. 200,000 views. Nobody gave a shit. I mean, even his newest one, 4 months ago. I don't know. He should just pretend nothing happened. Don't even make a response video to it. I'm sure people that watch his content didn't even care. I mean, hold on. Let's go to this one, right?
Hey everyone.
Okay, I mean the plugin, he's got a lot of dislikes, but at the end of the day, people are still giving him watch time. See this comments. I mean, people are just shitting on him. Oh, you guys can't see it. People are just shitting on him for... I wish I could enjoy these videos like I used to. Bro, you're literally on the video. He's deleting comments, right? No. Let's see. God, just dunking on him. Oh, my jaw just cracked. That hurt. All right, go back.
The quality, however, was now greatly diminished because most of his employees either quit or he let them go. And then in August, he released...
So he was getting a lot of views even with like half the work team? Or like a majority of the work team? What am I saying? The minority of the work team. I mean, he was doing pretty good.
Released a video about Alien Isolation, and hasn't been seen since.
I hate that game.
But while Gerard was pretending that everything was hunky-dory on the surface, behind the scenes, shit was hitting the fan. For the past year, many people, including myself, have been waiting for the Open Hand Foundation to file their 2023 IRS tax forms.
Who else is
Personally,
waiting?
I wanted to see if anything changed after they got exposed. Were they suddenly going to start properly declaring their income now that so many eyeballs were focused on their charity? Well, what's interesting is that
I
the
doubt
Open
that
Hand
many people were
Foundation
looking
hasn't
at it.
filed their 2023 IRS tax form, despite it being long past the deadline. If you search the charity through the Office of the Attorney General, it says their reporting is incomplete and the IRS form is required. This hasn't
Neat.
happened in any other year. The Open Hand Foundation have always filed their forms on time. So it's very peculiar that at a time when
probably
it's
got
more
rid of their
important
tax
than
guy.
ever to be transparent, they aren't reporting. Of course, there are multiple possible reasons why they aren't submitting their forms. The most obvious would be they haven't yet done their 2023 accounting, but it could also mean they are currently being audited by the IRS. Personally, I think it's the latter,
Yeah.
given how many people reported the charity
Like I
after
said, if you're the IRS and you didn't go after this case after like the big news behind it, you shouldn't even be working for the IRS. You just missed an easy layup. So that doesn't surprise
the
me.
scandal broke. Another piece of evidence to support the fact that they are being audited is that it does appear they have already done their 2023 accounting.
Look at this guy over here. Yo, you can't really see him. He doesn't give a shit. He probably is like, why am I even here?
So there doesn't seem to be any other legitimate reason not to file. We know they've done their 2023 accounting because as part of their 2024 annual charity registration to the Office of the Attorney General, they needed to state their revenue and expenses for the previous year, which they did. And this is where things get very interesting. This form doesn't give us any breakdown like the IRS tax forms would, but it does give us a few basic figures. It says that in 2023, the Open Hand Foundation raised $155,000. This is significant
Was this
because it's
before or
by far
after?
the most revenue the organization has ever reported in a single year. The previous
Really?
highest total was back in 2021 when they raised $136,000, but
my
that was
God.
under very different circumstances. So let's compare. In 2021, Gerard's fundraiser Indieland received $113,000 in donations just through Tiltify alone. The charity also received a $25,000 grant from Jamie Lee Curtis's charity, Syzygy. Just these two income sources alone already amount to more than the $136,000 they reported, which means all of the bits, subs, merch sales, and all of the golf charity money simply vanished. Gerard's company or his family just took the rest. And this pattern of money vanishing continued from the year
Man, isn't it so easy to make money when you just, you know, be morally corrupt? I feel like more people would just be rich if they just forsaken their morals. Fuck it. Fuck it, right? Fuck the integrity.
Years 2019 all the way through to 2022, a total of 4 years. And the money that went missing probably totaled several $100,000. But in
wonder where that
2023,
went.
after the public realized Gerard's family was stealing money, suddenly everything changed. In
Did it?
2023, Indieland only raised $64,000 in donations through Tiltify.
That's still a lot of money. I'm surprised they got that much. I mean, that's more than half. So, like... See, all they need to do is just lower their goal to 50,000 and look like it doesn't even matter. Didn't happen. Nothing happened.
This is $50,000 less than in 2021. And yet, magically, 2023 was the Open Hand Foundation's best year ever,
So
raising $20,000 more than they did in 2021. It is a miracle. By the grace of God, the Khalil family has finally learned how to properly report their income. It's amazing. We already knew that Gerard and his company were stealing money before, but this most recent accounting is just the nail in the coffin. It is so brazenly obvious that once they were exposed, they decided it would be unwise to continue skimming off the top. And as a result, despite last year being one of Indieland's worst performing years ever by far, the Open Hand Foundation was more profitable than it's ever been. Another interesting thing about this form is that it shows the Open Hand Foundation is still holding on to $200,000.
Well, yeah, I mean, what else are they gonna live on? I mean that... Why donate it all to charity? I mean, you gotta live off something, right? I mean, who cares, right? Carl and Mudahar care. I don't think your average person gives a shit.
And this is before their 2024 golf charity event, where they would have collected even more in donations.
I bet.
Why are they still keeping this money? One thing I've come to realize is that while Gerard may have been very concerned with his public image, his family, specifically his brother and father...
Look at these fucks. They're happy. They're like, oh man, so happy my brother/son got thrown under the bus. Now we can have our golf tournament in peace. Fuck those gamers. Look at this shit-eating grin. Look at that. They don't give a fuck. They threw his ass under the bus.
Couldn't care less. This is why back in May they continued running their golf charity tournament as if nothing ever happened.
I mean, hold on. Like, look at these guys that are golfing. Hold on, let's go back.
Care less.
I don't want to see
this is why back in May...
I mean, look at these guys. I doubt any of these egocentric millionaires bother to go on YouTube at all. And if they do, it doesn't fucking matter. They probably use it as a tax write-off. I mean, what do you think these guys are wearing? Like, at least a couple $100 worth of clothing?
May, they continued running their golf charity tournament as if nothing ever happened.
It's
if you look at
nobody
the
there
Open Hands
gives a
website
shit.
now, Indieland has been removed as one of the charity events, leaving only the golf tournament.
We'll see you soon at the Open Hand Foundation's annual events. So, one event. The golf tournament. So, not events, just event.
And the golf event was never something that Gerard was a part of organizing. And it's why the Open Hand Foundation now feels comfortable going back to hoarding donations, because the public backlash that was originally directed at Gerard now has nowhere to go.
Yep.
When the Open Hand Foundation made their $600,000 donation after the story...
Even if you call out the family members, they're not going to give a shit.
...story initially broke, they still had $200,000 sitting in the bank. And this is only from the reported income. As I said before, I suspect Gerard's family has siphoned hundreds of thousands of dollars out of the charity over the years. But I can't think of a single
100%.
good reason why they still need to keep $200,000 in the bank, when their expenses average around $10,000 to $15,000 per year.
I mean, how else are you going to buy the expensive cars, or, you know, pay to have expensive women there, or sign brand deals, or... Gotta pay somebody for that. I mean, where's that money gonna come from? Do you think they're gonna work for it? $200,000. I mean, a lot of money right there. I mean, why not just take a little off the top? Fuck it. You're already doing something heinous. Might as well keep doing it.
and literally the only purpose of the charity is to be a middleman between Good Samaritans and charities that actually do dementia research. As I said before, the lack of filing to the IRS is a pretty good indication the charity is now under investigation, and I really do hope this is the case. But the IRS isn't the only thing Gerard now has to worry about, because Gerard's company, That One Video Entertainment, has just lost a huge lawsuit. That One Video Entertainment LLC is the company that Gerard created in 2012 that all of his business activities fall under, including all of his YouTube channels and his charity event, Indieland. I will be calling it...
look at, guys, look at 80 followers on LinkedIn. Why even have a LinkedIn account? Who is this for? What is this? Who is this for? Well, I don't know. If somebody wants to comment why you use a LinkedIn page, let me know in the comments. I don't understand why.
Tove for short. On Gerard's LinkedIn page, he states he is the owner, president, and CEO of Tove.
Wow.
And in April of 2023, Tove sued GTA Online's most well-known role-playing server, NoPixel. NoPixel is owned by Coil Content Creation Proprietary Limited, which was started by a fellow Aussie, Mitchell Clout, otherwise known online as Coil. If you follow The Completionist, but don't follow GTA Online role-playing, you've probably never heard of this lawsuit. And even if you have, you probably have the wrong idea about who is suing who. And that's because the reporting on this lawsuit has been abysmal and full of misinformation. It all started in May 2023, when a user posted the lawsuit to Reddit, claiming that DW was suing NoPixel. DW was a developer that worked for NoPixel for several years, but he and NoPixel's owner Coil had a falling out in December of 2022, and DW ended his relationship with the server. The day after this viral Reddit post, Dexerto signal boosted the story.
I mean, it's Dexerto. Like, they're literally like the IGN of like reporting on shit. I don't even know why people even trust them as a source.
With the headline, former GTA RP NoPixel server dev DW is suing owner Coil for considerable sum. However, this was all completely false. It wasn't DW that was suing NoPixel, it was the completionist company, Tove. It literally says who the parties are on the first page of the lawsuit. I don't understand.
Like I said in the beginning, reading is very hard for people. Why should you read when you should just assume, right? I mean, if a video says no reaction and you expect a reaction, I mean, I can't fault you for not reading. I don't want to read either. Reading is fucking hard.
Understand how everyone got this wrong. Tove's lawsuit asserted that because DW developed some code for the NoPixel servers and DW was an employee of Tove, this meant that Tove owned the code that DW developed, and thus Tove should own half of NoPixel. But this entire lawsuit was a shakedown and an extortion.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense to me. Trying to claim everything he did. Bet they never backed his ass up.
Attempt from day one. It was all bullshit. We are talking Billy Mitchell levels of frivolous. Everything about this lawsuit was a lie, and it's going to take a separate and quite lengthy video to cover everything in detail. But if you thought that charity was the only scam that Gerard and his company were pulling, you couldn't be more wrong. Needless to say, this lawsuit never made it to trial. In October, the judge ruled in favor of NoPixel, and now NoPixel is seeking attorney's fees of $233,000, and they are probably going to get it.
Hey, that's not bad. That's not bad. They can just use the money that they didn't put into their tax filing, and all of a sudden, oh wait, though, that goes to the family. They need to make sure they pay for their insurance on their supercars. Yeah, okay. That's probably a lot. Yeah, why would they help out their son / brother? I mean, he's already thrown under the bus. I mean, help out your son / brother, or keep the money and get him off the top. Fuck it.
Unlike most other lawsuits in America, when you sue specifically for copyright infringement, it's actually built right into the statute that you can get attorney's fees if you win. And because Tove's lawsuit was so frivolous, and the judge didn't even see a need to go to trial before ruling in NoPixel's favor, Tove is probably going to have to pay up big time. As soon as the judge makes a ruling on the motion for attorney's fees, I will do a full breakdown of this lawsuit, because it really proves that Gerard's shady behavior surrounding his charity was not an isolated event. Until then, thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
That was a good video. You know, thank God for people like Carl and Mudahar for investigating this shit. Oh, make sure you guys go watch the video. Carl's awesome. I love watching everything he does. I'm excited to hear about more of the Billy Mitchell case.